fucking do is work. I have no life because I'm fucking working during the fucking day. Sheesh, that's why I prefer to work overnights, not fucking daytime, where I have no damn life. Ugh.
Information Network at BINnews.com. And I'm Kevin Brown of your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
A closer look at whether much has changed for Black Americans after a racial reckoning following the police killing of George Floyd 3 years ago.
I grieve simply knowing that this country was not made for me. This country does not want me. This country is filled with institutions that not only don't value me, but that if I'm not careful, and frankly, even if I am careful, they could still destroy me.
Author Marissa Renee Lee discussing her book, Race is Love, on MSNBC. A Washington Post Ipsos poll examines concerns in the lives of Black Americans over discrimination and increased racism. A majority of respondents complaining of an unfavorable economic system and worries about the safety of Black youth. More than 1,200 Black voters said policies of the Biden administration have not improved their lives, while 14% say they have hurt and 49% said they haven't made a difference. 51% of Black Americans said they feel that racism will get worse in their lifetime.
President Biden's choice to lead the Joint Chiefs of Staff is testifying before the Senate Armed Services Committee. Lawmakers are teeing up pressure on General Charles C.Q. Brown over the administration's support for Ukraine. Brown is also expected to respond to challenges posed by Russia and China and Pentagon's social policies unpopular with Republicans and leading to a rare hold on military promotions. Pending advancement of his nomination and confirmation by the full Senate, Brown would become the second African-American appointed to the Pentagon's top uniformed assignment. As an extension of a leadership team with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Brown's promotion would be historical, marking the first time that Black men have held both posts.
Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi is marking a rare visit to Africa in a move to help cap the Islamic Republic's isolation by creating new alliances. Raisi is touring Kenya, Uganda, and Zimbabwe and welcomed Algerian Foreign Minister Ahmed Attaf a few days ago to foster relations with Algiers. Last month, President Raisi visited Latin America before moving on to Indonesia.
A Rwandan peacekeeper was killed in the Central African Republic during an attack by an armed group. The UN's Blue Helmets were deployed earlier this month when armed forces fled after peacekeepers intervened. The group will remain in the area to help strengthen the presence of national forces. More than 30 soldiers and police officers from UN peacekeeping missions were killed around the world last year, including 4 in the Central African Republic.
Marking World Population Day, demography around the globe is seeing significant changes.
A burgeoning population in Africa is leading the way toward more development, but it's also bearing the brunt of climate change. Despite facing a multitude of obstacles, the African continent remains a hub of interest and is the fastest growing and youngest population in the world, according to the Africa program at the Chatham House think tank in London. 70% of Africans are reportedly under the age of 30, while many developed nations are experiencing a rapidly aging population. I'm Amy Brown on the Black Information Network.
I'm Terry McCready, along with Kevin Brown on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Time now for traffic and weather.
On the Bay Area's BIN 910.
On the East Shore Freeway, we're dealing with 3 separate traffic accidents. One of those accidents has been cleared, the one in El Cerrito, eastbound 80 at Potrero. They got that one cleared off to the shoulder, but we still have that earlier crash in Berkeley on eastbound 80 before Gilman. That's a multi-vehicle crash. They're trying to get this cleared off to the roadway as well. And we had a big rig accident in Richmond, eastbound 80 at Hilltop. They're in the process of getting that accident out here. Still, traffic is backed up to 880, and you're looking at least an hour to get from 880 up to Richmond Parkway. You may want to think about using San Pablo Avenue. Also in Hayward, southbound 880 at Clinton Avenue, 2 cars tangled up in a crash. That was blocking the right lane. They got that moved off to the shoulder, but traffic still slows at Llewellyn. With Bay Area traffic, I'm Ricky Batiste on the Black Information Network.
Get the Black news that matters in 30 minutes on the Black Information Network, the Bay Area's BIN 910.
I'm Natasha Williams on your home for 24/7 News, San Francisco's BIN 910. African-American Police Chief Bill Scott Scott sounding off after many criticized a large police presence
Maybe there's a time where this was an innocent event. It is no longer that.
at an unsanctioned skate event in the city. Protesters are demanding an investigation into the use of force by San Francisco police. They rallied outside the station Sunday over Saturday night's response to a skateboarding event at Dolores Park. Police in riot gear moved in after the crowd began throwing fireworks, smoke bombs, glass bottles, and metal cans. Some were seen vandalizing Muni Metro streetcars and a bus, even removing barricades. In the end, 81 kids were cited and released, and 32 adults were arrested. Chief Scott says the behavior won't be tolerated.
That behavior is unacceptable and it's not okay. And if anybody wants to challenge that, I'm welcome to have that discussion.
And repairs are being made in a San Francisco neighborhood after an underground explosion. It blew out more than a dozen windows near Laguna Street and Pacific Avenue Saturday night, also setting a car on fire that was parked over a manhole cover. Some describe it as sounding like a bomb. PG&E blames equipment failure and had the power back on hours later. This is actually the second underground explosion in less than 3 months. And the city of Hayward is now offline after a ransomware attack. Hayward says several of its computer systems are down after hackers took over. Monday, investigators were assessing the damage from Sunday's attack. They say it's a precautionary step. Officials hope will prevent more damage. City spokesperson Chuck Finney.
I'm not going to get into details of the systems that are affected. We are in a early phase mode of our IT department.
Investigators don't believe any personal information was compromised, according to Finney. The city is not disclosing how much the hackers are demanding. Meanwhile, officials are looking into backup systems. And residents like African-American Kamara Walker, who showed up to pay a much-needed bill, are a little frustrated.
For my parking tickets that I need to take care of ASAP, I was just hoping maybe they'll accommodate the public a little bit based on the situation.
And a dream cruise ship from the Bay Area to Alaska turned into a nightmare for some. That cruise ship is finally at sea, but more than 2,600 passengers sat on the Ruby Princess for 4 days waiting for repairs to be finished. The ship hit Pier 27 while docking Thursday morning and got a all clear. By then, what was supposed to be a 10-day trip down to 7, with everyone returning on Sunday. And for more on these stories and international, national, state, and local news affecting the Black community, listen to the Black Information Network on the iHeartRadio app or log on to BINnews.com. I'm Natasha Williams on your home for 24/7 News, San Francisco's BIN 910.
Want to make a difference? African American patients only have a 25% chance of finding a bone marrow match. Make a difference and join the National Bone Marrow Registry at BeTheMatch.org. Again, that's BeTheMatch.org.
Black news you trust every 30 minutes on the Black Information Network. The Bay Area, BIN 910.
A special thank you to CVS Pharmacy.
A proud founding partner who shares and supports the mission of the Black Information Network.
Behind the Music is back with a podcast.
He was a writer that can become a chameleon. So he was able to take everybody's story and implement it in a rhyme.
Download the Ice Cube episode now
I had people in my camp saying, you can't do that record. You do hardcore gangster rap.
and listen anytime, anywhere with the iHeartRadio app.
The police came out. That was how we felt. People were getting killed, others were getting beat.
Or wherever you get your podcast. Want to make a difference? African American patients only have a 25% chance of finding a bone marrow match. Make a difference and join the National Bone Marrow Registry at BeTheMatch.org. Because news can happen anywhere, anytime. The Black Information Network hotline is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 855-500-9BIN. Keeping you informed. Keeping you engaged. People are also encouraged to check on their most at-risk friends, family members,
and neighbors during times of extreme heat. 24/7 news you can trust.
Drug abuse and use is spiking among senior citizens. The Black Information Network has the stories that matter.
The Bay Area's BIN 910 and on the iHeartRadio app.
If you can't stop thinking about owning a home, it means you can't stop imagining the future. And with Bank of America's Community Home Ownership Commitment, you can get up to $10,000 toward your down payment or 3% of the purchase price, whichever is less in select markets. So if you see yourself in a home of your own, turn that vision into reality. Visit bankofamerica.com/homeowner to learn more. What would you like the power to do?
Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral are subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
$400,000 for 20%. I'm not going to change that.
Sorry, Robert.
Who says no to a shark? Kim and Tim Lewis did when appearing on BBC's hit show Shark Tank. The married couple are the co-founders of Pearl Mix, a natural hair care brand. They formulated Pearl Mix in their kitchen and have grown the company into a multi-million-dollar business. The family Pearl Mix has the Black Beauty. You should know. Coming soon on the Black Information Network. Keeping you up to date on the Black Information Network. The opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed in this commentary are those of the author and do not necessarily represent those of BIN and its founding partners and employees. Now it's time to bring the fun with Roland and Martin.
So I went to a restaurant the other day in Atlanta, and it was weird. The bill came, and it had tip amount at 22%, 27%, and 32%. I'm sorry. Again, it used to be you get the bill for tips. It was 8, 12, 15, 18, 15, 18, 20, and it was 18, 20, 22. I've never seen a bill come with a suggested 32% tip. You don't even see that in Las Vegas. Not only that, you have most places and you're ordering the food on the counter and they're asking for a tip. Okay, I'm real confused now. Right? I get it. There's some restaurant owners who say, well, we have to do this because we can't raise prices. No, you raise the prices. That's what you do. I can imagine tipping 1/3 of my meal. And what gets me though is when I've asked to tip and there's been no service. So it's not like I sat down and they brought water to me, they brought drinks to me, they took a food order, ordered my food, I had to fill a napkin or a fork, and they that's service. But I'm not going to pay a tip when I order at the counter and I'm standing there waiting for my food and then I gotta go get my own napkin and fork from another Karen. That ain't gonna happen. This tipping thing has gotten crazy out of control. Period. I'm on the mark. All back to the show.
2 hours and 30 minutes. The Black Information Network. The Bay Area's BIN 910.
Looks like Davis here's what's trending during more than a year with thrill. Found after Regan Franklin died is valid. From Napa, Florida. Page 2010 document. 4-page 2014 handwritten document. That's what's trending.
On the Black Information Network.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are shutting down first overall pick Victor Wembanyama for the remainder of Summer League play. Wembanyama totaled 27 points and 12 rebounds in a loss to the Portland Trail Blazers in his final game of the summer on Sunday. The 19-year-old French product said that he is just glad that he can shift his focus to his first NBA regular season that is quickly approaching. Wembanyama also mentioned that he just wants to hoop, work out, and lift. Meanwhile, the NFL looks to be more popular than ever. Forbes reports the league brought in a record $11.9 billion in revenue last year. Thanks to television deals, merchandising, and licensing, each team received $372 million of that record revenue. That's an increase of $25 million from the previous season. The NFL's revenue will see a jump again thanks to its new Sunday ticket deal with YouTube.
And speaking of football, in MLS, Lionel Messi is expected to make his Inter Miami debut soon. Gambling.com Ian Clampett says tickets were going for $1,000 at one point, but have since come down. The only ticket costing more is for the New England Patriots versus the Philadelphia Eagles on the NFL regular season opening weekend. The World Cup winning Messi will play his first Major League Soccer game against Mexico's Cruz Azul in their League Cup opener. Sports at 14 and 44 minutes past each hour. I'm Morgan Wood on the Black Information Network.
I'm Bill Black with another Bet You Didn't Know music fact. And now, my friends, let's spend some time talking about one of my favorite singers in the world, Miss Anita Baker. And now let's play a song from the Boomerang soundtrack. Now, I know you're probably saying, Bill Black, what does Anita Baker have to do with the Boomerang soundtrack? I'll tell you. LA and Babyface did the Boomerang motion picture soundtrack. They even submitted songs to Anita Baker. At the time, Anita declined the songs because she was pregnant and just couldn't do it. So she suggested, how about you let the girl on the demo record the song? Who was the girl on the demo? Tony Braxton. So we can thank Anita for giving us Tony. I'm Bill Black with another Bet You Didn't Know music fact on the Black Information Network.
Speak out about what's happening in your community. Call the Black Information Network hotline at 855-500-9BIN. Entertainment news on the Black Information Network. Afrobeat star Burna Boy is making history in the U.S. Newspaper reported that the rapper is the first African artist to sell out a U.S. stadium. On Saturday, Burna performed at Citi Field in Queens, New York, and packed out the 41,000-seat capacity stadium. The African giant performed songs from his last 4 albums, including Outside. Speaking of history, Lil Uzi Vert's album Paint Paint is the first rap album to be #1 on the Billboard 200 chart this year. Its first week, the album moved 167,000 units and became the first album to reach #1 since Metro Boomin's Hero dropped in December of 2022. The 29-week gap is the longest since 1992. That's when Ice Cube dropped his album Predator, and Cypress Hill's Black Sunday followed 34 weeks later. Pink Tape marks Uzi's third #1 album, followed by 2017's Love is Rage and 2020's Eternal of Hate. With the latest in entertainment, I'm Morgan Wood on the Black Information Network.
Time now for traffic and weather.
On the Bay Area BIN 910.
I want to head back over to the East Shore Freeway. We had 3 accidents working a short time ago. One in Berkeley, another in El Cerrito, another in Richmond. Now, all 3 of those accidents have been cleared, but traffic is still heavy on eastbound 80, starting at 880. That sluggish pattern is going to run you up to Highway 4. You're looking at least a 35 to 40-minute delay. Traffic also heavy eastbound 24 in Oakland, starting at 580. That runs through the cul-de-sac. Then you're going to slow down again at Wilder Road. There, traffic remains heavy out to Walnut Creek interchange. Heading into Walnut Creek by way of northbound 680. Well, you have to get through Alamo first, and that's not going to be easy. Traffic slows at Stone Valley Road. That's going to run you out past Highway 24 up to Monument Boulevard. Clear tonight, going to be sunny and warmer tomorrow with Bay Area traffic and weather. I'm Rick Batiste on the Black Information Network.
Where Black news comes first.
Listen and stay informed. I'm John Marshall.
And I'm Bray Wood on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
At the General Sinai 34 in Indianapolis, Indiana, delegates approved a resolution urging the United Church of Christ to study and create reparations proposals for African Americans. According to UCC.org, the resolution was submitted by the Indiana, Kentucky, and Central Atlantic conferences and was amended for clarity. The The committee chair expressed the passion behind the resolution and mentioned the committee's commitment to action, including the formation of a task force by the UCC board to develop an advocacy toolkit. The resolution passed with 609 votes in favor, 18 against, and 4 abstentions without any debate.
Attorneys for the accuser in a sexual assault and hazing incident have filed an amended motion about an alleged cover-up by the Williamsport, Pennsylvania area school district. The new amendment says the school district conducted a biased or rigged investigation of the assault on the black plaintiff, unlike its probe into the alleged abuse of a white male victim. A monetary payment reportedly was made to the other victim. The black accuser also says he too was sat on while another player put his genitals in his mouth. The victim was also removed from the baseball team while the white player was not. Neither of the boys have been named publicly.
The Supreme Court recently declared race-based admissions unconstitutional, effectively ending affirmative action. This has brought attention to Harvard University's lack of diversity and its legacy admissions. Harvard faces a lawsuit and a bill aimed at curbing legacy admissions, with even President Biden criticizing the practice. A report by Goldman Sachs highlights historically black college and universities as institutions that excel in social mobility. Giselle George Joseph, a black woman from Goldman's Investment Research Division, spoke with CNBC about how HBCUs help black students.
We found that black schools, HBCUs, really advance social mobility for black students at almost twice the rate.
The report suggests that successful methods used by HBCUs can be applied to the broader U.S. education system.
According to a study published in The Lancet, the number of people with diabetes worldwide is expected to surpass 1.3 billion by 2050. According to the Washington Post, in 2021, 529 million people had diabetes, and this increase would raise the disease's prevalence from 6% to nearly 10% of the global population. The analysis, based on data from over 27,000 sources in 204 countries, reveals that around 96% of individuals with diabetes in 2021 had type 2, largely attributed to the rise in obesity. The study highlights the significant public health challenge this presents for policymakers, healthcare professionals, and patients.
AT&T's Girls United Creators House brought together successful entrepreneurs who graduated from historically black colleges and universities to discuss the impact of HBCUs on their business journeys.
The panel highlighted innovation, ambition, and resilience among HBCU students. The importance of building networks and community support within the HBCU ecosystem was emphasized. Essence reports the recent Supreme Court ruling on affirmative action underscores the significance of HBCUs in providing a nurturing environment for education and leadership development. I'm Morgan Wood on the Black Information Network.
I'm John Marshall, along with Bree Wood, on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
If you've got a story, we want to know about it. Call the Black Information Network hotline at 855-500-9BIN.
Smart device to play the Black Information Network on the iHeartRadio app.
When trust matters, count on BIN.
The Black Information Network. The Bay Area BIN 910.
Your money on the Black Information Network.
As you celebrate the many Prime deals on Amazon right now, something to keep in mind. If you change your mind about the purchase you just made, it could cost you. Amazon is now charging a small fee on some returns. In 2022, Amazon started charging customers that have UPS pick up any returned merchandise, but returning your merchandise to a UPS store was still free. Now, though, any returns made to a UPS store will cost you $1. Experts say this new Amazon return fee is an attempt to minimize customer returns. While the free and easy return policy is convenient for us shoppers, it's costing Amazon. In 2022 alone, Amazon customers returned $800 billion worth of merchandise. Good news is you can still make free returns at Kohl's, Whole Foods, and Amazon Fresh. And California is getting a federal boost to make sure the lights stay on. The Department of Energy has awarded nearly $68 million to the Golden State. The money will be used to upgrade the power grid to help avoid rolling blackouts during the summer. The grant comes as millions brace for a heat wave this week. Money news at 24 and 54 past each hour. I'm Natasha Williams on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Get Black business news every 30 minutes
On the Black Information Network.
The Bay Area BIN 910.
I'm Bree Wood.
And I'm John Marshall on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
There's a shortage of firefighters across the country, especially black firefighters. The U.S. Forest Service employs 13,000 workers, and fewer than 1.5% are black, according to the Route to New Partnership with historically black colleges and universities.